Okay. Am I connected properly? I believe I am. Welcome to today's live stream. As the the title suggests, it will be Peach's, I think, her last day today with us. If I can speak. I should probably just sit down and chill out for a minute before I start a live stream. I just literally walked in the house. Or, well, 3 minutes ago. Oh, these two already. But yeah, Peaches is feeling a little sad over here because she just peed on the floor and she thinks that means she's in trouble. I don't yell at Fosters for peeing on the floor. For those of you who are just joining us, if you're new here, I feel like none of you here right now are probably new. But introductions. This is my best friend forever, also known as Porter. I don't know. I forgot what I was going. Well, come on, Dad. You gotta introduce me proper. Well, this is Porter. He's my best friend, and a dancing chicken, and, well, probably a lot of other things, and a kicking chicken. And joined here behind him is his best buddy, his best play buddy, Mae Bear. I call her. Mae says hello. I call her a bear because I've always called her a polar bear puppy or polar bear cub. We, of course, cannot forget about Charlie Cat. Charlie. Charlie. Charlie loves you. How come we never do a live stream with Charlie? Our foster Peaches, who's got some food aggression. So you have to kind of be careful about when she's eating her 2 sticks. I gave her a 2-stick funny enough just so she knew I wasn't mad at her for peeing on the floor. And of course, Poldy Dog. Who couldn't forget Poldy Dogs? Hello, Poldy Police. You're a good girl, Poldy Dogs. Do you want to do a live stream, Polly Dog? So yeah, we're just, hanging out, doing the usual. If you have any questions, all that stuff. We're going to do some talking buttons. I've got all the treats out here, the cat treats and the dog treats. I made it half and half. How's Polly's sore spot? It's been doing a lot better. Look at that weird white balance. Anyway, it's been doing a lot better. It's not all horrible like last time. Have you done Mae's DNA test? Yes. Actually on, I guess you could call it Mae's channel, Vet Mom and Dog Dad, I made a community post. Hold on 1 second, I have my allergies. Whew. Whew. For those of you who don't know, I have pretty bad allergies. Oh, okay. Apparently I'm not going to sneeze. Ooh, hold on. Come on, sneeze. Or not. Yeah, anyway, I have pretty bad allergies. Which is fun when you have all these animals. Okay, so Mae's DNA test, we actually did that. I forgot what it's called. The brand or whatever. But she was, I'm not going to remember this correctly. But she's basically, you can go to the Vet Mom and Dog Dad channel to see the specifics. But she's basically Siberian Husky, Alaskan Husky. She's Malamute, Lab, and German Shepherd. But she's 51% Husky, basically. Ooh, burping. Yeah, the allergies. I have just like normal seasonal allergies, but I'm also like just allergic to animal hair. Funny enough. So whenever someone surrenders an animal for allergies, you can imagine what my reaction to that is. Like, what? Yeah, I have allergies too. Yet here we are. Forty dogs. Let's see. Did I miss anything here? Hey to everyone that I missed. But yeah, so for those of you who were with us last year, oh, I said burping. We had a foster dog. He was a senior poodle. He looked horrible at the time. His name was Casey. He was adopted. I forget now. The people who adopted him, they had another small dog. I can't wait. Hopefully, if we're lucky, well, not hopefully, but if we're lucky, we will see this wrestling match escalate from Porter's end, and he'll give her a beatdown on stream. I've never actually been able to catch it on video. Every once in a while, he get mad at her and just like, yeah. But yeah, so Casey, our foster dog, that was, I don't even, when was that? I guess over a year ago, probably at this point. And the people who adopted him put in an adoption application for Miss Peaches. So, of course, we were thrilled about that. And if we have anything to say about it, they will be adopting her. And this will be her last day here. She's really chomping on that. If you have seen Peach's video, you know how she looked before. She had her like lump there on her neck. That's where it was removed right there. Okay, all right, I know Peaches. She's like, don't touch me when I'm eating things. She also had like a mammary tumor that my wife removed, and a bunch of teeth that my wife removed, and I don't know. Well, she got spayed too. So there's that. Hi, Peaches. Hello, Peaches. Her lump, the one on her throat, I believe. Oh, my wife has told me this like 5 times. But my brain just isn't absorbing this. But it's just basically a fatty mass, just like kind of a benign tumor kind of deal. But yeah, she actually recovered really fast from that. Thankfully. Oh, me. Oh, Porter and Mae. This is just nonstop. My wife, yeah, like I said, she told me so many times, and I'm like, oh, okay. I have to remember that for when someone asks. 40 dogs. What are you thinking about, 40 dogs? 40's just thinking about her poopa. Polly knows that I put some treats in a container there, so now she's like, 40 would like some of that poopa. My older Chi is very lazy, hates nail clips. So she'll scream. Yeah. Oh, the difference in different dogs' reactions to getting their nails trimmed is just all over the place. Some Polly will be super calm. He's decent, but he threatens. He does threaten Mom sometimes. He won't do that to me if I clip his nails. But Sharon, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. The super thanks for all you do, and treats for Polly, my favorite. Polly dog says thank you very much, Sharon. Polly really likes that, and Polly doesn't like a lot of things. 40 dogs. Oh, 40 dogs. A lot of times in comments when you have a video that's very focused on one animal, like if we're watching Porter right now. Oh, there's a little food aggression there. May, yeah. Anyway, when when a video is focused on one animal, very often someone will say, "Where is the other animal?" Like, "Where is Polly?" Usually, they're just right there, or up on my shoulder or something. John said, "I remember when Polly hated the camera." Yeah, thankfully, we got over that one, huh? Because every time I'd pull this camera out, she would run into the other room sometimes, or just act very scared or something. Where are all the kitties? For those of you who are not fans of the cat channel, you might not know this, but if I can brag about myself for a moment, you know how they say you can't herd cats? I'm gonna have to disagree with that one. I can herd cats. You just have to speak their language. I will demonstrate like I'm a magician. Oh, Zevran cat is. I am coming, Daddy. What do you do? Do you call your kitties? Yeah. Again, hey, surprise! You can herd cats. I actually do this with every cat. I technically call that the emergency meow. And I do it so that in an emergency, you can recall all of your cats to you. But it, of course, has its benefits and being a sideshow. I get to say, hey, look, I can call my cats. Charlie. It's actually quite easy. You just make a sound, or, not make a sound, but just think of a sound, usually a high-pitched sound. If you just have one cat, you can just call their name in a different way. And just do that every time, it's time to eat or it's time to get treats, stuff like that. I thought of that one on my own, funny enough, because I had a cat who... Oh, Peaches just kind of snapped at Charlie. I had a cat who, during a tornado siren, she hid like crazy, and there was an actual tornado that came really close to us. So ever since that day, I decided to come up with a way to reliably recall your animals, or your cats. Okay. All right, we've got treats here. Throw out some treats. Porter, of course, wants a treat. It's worth it. Hold on. All right, let's hear. Sorry. Many things going on at once here. It's hard with 7 dogs in a small place, but I tell you what. May, can you not steal treats from me, please? But I tell you what, it's worth it. Every pee puddle in the market. I don't allow the dogs to pee in the house. But of course it depends on the dog. It depends on the weather and all that stuff. I don't ever yell at a foster about peeing. Unless it's, a very long-term kind of foster. There you go, Podal. Because, it's just not really, you're trying to bond with them, right? And in that time, you don't want to break that bond. You never know what kind of weird associations they have with things. For example, perfect example is Peaches. She when she just peed in the house, she got terrified of me. Why? You have to ask yourself why. I have never yelled at her, so clearly someone in her life has. And yeah, I don't want to set that off, right? Oh, you're a good girl, me. So anyway, but then and then you have other, when I say it depends on the dog. With Porter's history of abuse and, the trauma stuff, you have to kind of, it's not that he never gets yelled at for peeing in the house or pooping in the house, but it's handled much differently than someone like Mae. Now, when Mae does those things, I'm a complete drill sergeant, but Mae doesn't poop or pee in the house anymore because, well, yeah, she's been trained properly as a puppy. So, Mae Bear, do you poop in the house, Mae? Let's see. I can't believe Peach is getting home already. Yeah, we've been kind of taking it casual with Peaches. We haven't been trying super hard to get her adopted, and she's already getting adopted. Oh, that's not your treat. That's the cat's treats. It doesn't take much here where we live. Chihuahua dogs. Whose job is it to vacuum the floor, or is there usually nothing left? There's usually nothing left. I generally am the one who vacuums in here anyway, just because I like to keep this room clean. It's very difficult with a toddler. Can I get an You're a good girl, mate. You're a good girl. Okay, you guys are getting close. Too close to the camera. What kind of dog is the little one with the chew? So Peaches. Oh, what kind of dog is she? Whatever she is, I think she's just a mixed breed. My wife was saying, I can't remember now. She thinks she's some kind of weird mix, like poodle something mix, but who knows? Oh, kitty cats. Oh, they're waiting. They're waiting. I love her arfs, yeah. Mae, I love Mae. I love Mae's barks. For those who don't know, that's Charlie Cat. That black void over there is, well, technically his name is Patrick. I call him Goobies, or the Void. He's a case where we don't talk about him ever really because he's not my cat. He doesn't really spend a lot of time with me. But he's a very, and if you think Porter was a bad case with his abuse situation, poor Patrick literally burned and like suffocated and stuff by some teenagers. Thankfully, their own parents turned them in to the police. But yeah, real tough, real horrible situation with poor Patrick. And then our three-legged cat over there. Our four-legged rat right here. Our three-legged cat over there is Kanga. He's our old man. He's like 12. And he's not a big fan of dogs. He is a very sweet guy. Okay, Chihuahua Porter, is that your treat? Look at Porter. When Porter, he missed it. Porter's I did something wrong face. Kanga is a moody old man. He's a huge sweetheart with humans, but just doesn't like dogs, especially me. Porter, all right, come on, chicken. You can do some dancing chicken? Well, come on, Dan. Don't make me do the Andy dance in front of the puppy. Oh, Polly Dog. Oh, what are you doing? So, okay, here we go. Polly Dog's moderating now. Oh, okay. Mae just knocked. Polly Dog, I'm gonna blame you for this. That was I'm actually really glad you guys could see that in action. How, like, Mae wasn't even messing with Polly, but Polly just decided she was gonna start bossing Mae around. Polly is ridiculous about that. And then Mae got excited and slapped the whole bowl of treats out of my hand. Oh, Polly Dog. Oh, yeah. These are the politics that you have to live with in our crazy house. Sorry, it just cracks me up. Oh, Polly. $5 from Cats Are the Best People. Thanks, gotta go. Thank you. We appreciate you. Better get the vacuum cleaner. I think the vacuum cleaners have arrived. If this is politics, Polly Dog is the mayor. Yeah. Polly's the grand dictator. Oh, look at oh, Polly Dogs. Well, what do you mean? Porter just thinks he's in charge. Oh no, trust me. Porter knows he's not in charge. He knows. Everybody knows Polly Dog's the boss. Everybody does. Well, except for Kanga, maybe. Can you sit? Good girl. No, Polly's funny. And the thing is, if you don't buy into Polly Dog's her being the queen of the hierarchy, she's very sad. So the only way to make her happy is to just let her be the queen of the house. Will Polly Dog miss Peaches? I mean, to some extent, maybe. I don't really see them hanging out a lot together. The ones who will miss Peaches are, the humans mostly. Oh, me. Polly's just chomping down. And you wonder how Polly got fat and stays fat. Poopa? What's your excuse, Poopa? Polly Dog, don't you attack me right now, Polly Dogs. Polly's gonna attack you. Like you're a squirrel? Maybear? No one's talking to you, Maybear. No one's asking you any questions. Oh, me? Was anybody talking to you, Mae? You're a good girl. Can you sit? Thank you. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, hold on. Porter wants a treat first. And he has... he has priority. Okay. Yeah, I already replied to that one. Always an alpha in the pet house, and Chihuahuas will always rule the roost. And sure, I agree, and we all joke, right? But I will say, if you allow a big dog, like Mae, for example, if you allow them to just have free reign all the time, they will attempt to take over. But I have always been. I know from the moment I adopt a larger dog that the Chihuahuas will always have that priority, right? So anytime I feel like May is pushing them around or something, I'm always like, no, May. You do have to interfere with their politics a little bit. Porter, Porter. I guess I can announce this now, and you can all send very hateful messages to my wife about this. So, my wife and I are going out of town in 2 weeks roughly, and we can't take Porter. What do you mean? What do you mean, Dan? We're going. And where we're going to? We're going to New Orleans. Where you going to New Orleans? What do you mean? We're going to New Orleans. And Porter, I'm just going to throw her under the bus. My wife doesn't want Porter to come. Because she wants just time for us two. Just to spend together. Husband and wife kind of thing. What do you mean? Whoa. And to New Orleans too, like, oh, Porter. Well, we could be in the South together, and you could cancel the flight, and you could just take me. But for those who know me, that's probably just as hard for me as it is for Porter. I really don't want to, don't want to lose my little boy for a week. Because that's what it's going to be, is a week. Longest time I've ever been away from him. And, he's basically, what do they call him? When people bring him onto the train or a plane, they're, I don't know, therapy animal or whatever. That's basically what he is. Well. And so when we're gone, my mother and father-in-law are going to be here. Emotional support animal. Thank you, Gypsy. My mother and father-in-law are going to be here, because our daughter Brindley is gonna stay here too. It's just gonna be the two of us. And so they're going to handle the house while we're gone. And it'll be good. May will be happy because she'll get tons of walks. Oh, poorly dogs. Poor poorly dogs. Who's gonna chase squirrels with poorly dogs? Oh. Miriam says, I hate leaving my Chihuahua, even running errands. Me too. My wife thinks I'm ridiculous. If I can find a way to have Porter come along with us, he will be coming along with us. At for anything. Oh, Charlie Cat. I'm sitting on Peach's pee pad over there. Sorry, I must have missed something. Oh, I see. Marilyn said, my dog passed away a few weeks ago. Cherish those babies. Sorry to hear that, Marilyn. I had a plumber come today, and we were talking about vets in this city, and he was telling me about his 17-year-old cat who is going to be passing away soon, and we basically cried on each other's shoulder for 10-15 minutes, because I'm sure most of you know my cat Svetlana passed away a few months ago. Maybe. Okay. Let's pull out the buttons. I should make some more advanced buttons. I could be like, whatever, Safi the Pomsky. Maybear?
Yes.
You're a good girl. Maybear, how you feeling about Polydog? She's doing it too soon. How you feeling about Polydog today? Yes is not a correct answer. You're liking Polydog today? Okay, that's way more in line with what I was assuming. You're a good girl, Mae. Are you gonna miss? Are you going to miss Peaches? Mae? Look at the. Oh, she's got a blip. She's got a blip. You're gonna miss Peaches. All pet channels are doing buttons. Maybe most. Yeah. Oh, true. It's becoming the staple because it's like easy, repeatable content, right? Hey, by the way, notice none of those channels are doing. None of those channels are doing live stream buttons. It's because they need to set all of their responses up really well. That's right, May knows. I made a video about buttons the other day on our other channel, on May's channel, about how I'm teaching May, so I'm manipulating her responses with buttons. So like here, I'll make her say no. Now I'll make her say yes. Ah, the magic. I have many magic tricks. No, but what I didn't know was that there's even a big debate going on about the whole button thing and how much dogs understand the buttons. And yeah, I find it very funny. That I almost feel bad for people who believe in these button channels because, like I said, it's just trickery, right? See, man, like. I can even make her repeat a button, but then, so now we'll go to yes. Oh, wow. Now let's go to no. Now we'll go to no. Whoa. May must be a super genius. She knows all the time. And for those who don't know, what I'm doing is I taught her no, or I can point at the particular button. I also have different signals. So another signal is this, when I want her to bark. So if I want her to talk while we're doing buttons, I can have her do little things like, oh, May, do you think button channels are BS? May? The world, yeah. Let me see. Sorry. And, okay, yeah, here, I'll finish the talking buttons thing in a minute. Ashton, thank you very much. I misread the title and thought it said Last Day with Porter. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Yeah, that would be horrible. Porter, well, we mean, that was Last Day with me. The world's smartest dog knows 1,000 words. Yeah, I have heard that. I remember seeing something about that a long time ago. Can you sit? Now, there will always be outliers to anything, right? Also, knowing words, you'll notice that that dog, what I'm going to assume, knows those words, but cannot contextualize words. Also, just because you know what a thing is does not mean you can put multiple words or ideas into, let's say, if I put it into a sentence, if I said, May, like, would you like to see Charlie Cat ride in the cozy coupe to the water bowl and then come in and crash into Polydog? Even if May knows what all of those words are on their own, she will not understand those words in any kind of a sentence. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I'm not saying dogs are stupid. I'm just saying human language works with human beings because our brains process language, and dogs, of course, understand language to a degree, but just not in the way we do, right? You good girl? Okay. I'm sorry, Mae. I'm sorry, everyone. I know. Or let's get some treats. Here, let's look back and. Sorry, I haven't been reading too much chat here. Some people take the fun things too seriously. It's all fun. Yeah, and I actually had no idea anyone was taking the button channels seriously. It took me probably about a year or so to fully realize, like, I started looking into the comments and people were like, whoa, that dog really knows what they're talking about and stuff like that. I'm like, oh no, wait a minute. Like, no, that you're watching a magician perform a show. That's what you're looking at. Especially some of the ones who have like 20 or 30 buttons even. Talk about a magician. It's basically kind of like cold reading, like psychics. The animal will hit a button or two, and then the person will basically interpret what that means. Like, oh, you hit these buttons, so that must mean that grandma came to drop off the bananas earlier. Yeah, see, Mae knows. Okay, let's continue here. So Barbara said, so you're saying button response is staged? Yes, I am saying that very much. And I can also, as an insider, I have, these days I have friends, multiple friends, who have their own dog channels, who are even some famous ones who do buttons. And yeah, I mean, from an insider, I can tell you firsthand that it's 100% staged. Let's see. Okay, you guys. Mae looks like an intelligent dog. She is. She's smart. But she's also, her biggest strength is that she's food motivated like crazy. So if you're really into dog training, you know that food motivated dogs are the easiest to train. What are you talking about? He just told you no on wanting to sit, and he didn't, so. My dogs get away with not listening to commands all the time, because I don't pay attention all the time. Mae, can you get down, please? Mae. Are you being annoying? I hope that Porter wouldn't mind that I like to call him a wingless bat, just as a joke. Well, Porter will be very offended. Well, what do you mean? Like, he gets very offended when I call him a rat. Well, Dad, I'm not a rat. I know, Porter. You're a good little dog. Hey, Steven, by the way. Just noticed that you were here. Well, you gonna call me a rat, Dad? Why you gotta be so mean? Have you seen the cat button channel? Yes, I have. Actually, the cat button channel was the first that I ever saw. And I was actually intrigued because I have never thought of even, because I know how to teach cats a lot of things that you probably wouldn't even think about, like recalling them, for example. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, how do you teach a cat to do that? And, is there something more to that? But yeah, it's just basically they taught the cat how to press buttons, and they have 1 million buttons. So again, it's a show. They're magicians. May needs to pull a sled. Yes, we're gonna do that someday. I really, 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 really want to do that. The Chihuahuas will instantly bail off, but I want to put the Chihuahuas on a sled and have May pull them. And Porter would be like, "Mush, come on, doggy, mush." My older dog will not do any tricks unless there's food involved. Yeah. Polly won't do tricks just in general, especially not for me. She'll do them for my wife because she sees my wife as her leader, not me. Well, her main leader. Wendy Porter. Oh wait, here, sorry. Try to do these. I have the chat kind of scrolling, so I can't always see everything. Sorry. If anyone says something and I ignore you, I apologize. That was not deliberate. Oh, Charles. I think it's amazing how some people train their kitties to use a human toilet. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the secret about teaching your cats things that are non-standard. And I'm a big advocate of teaching your cats things, right? But one downside to teaching your cats things, and your mileage may vary, but there's always an unintentional side effect to doing so. So what I mean by that is, let's say you teach your cat to leash walk, right? The unintended side effect that, let's just say, can happen is that your cat can, I hesitate to say will, because then someone will bring out an outlier. But what generally happens is that your cat will seriously go to the door and meow at the door, like, a lot, and be very annoying. If you teach your cat to use the toilet, they will. You can get them. You can do it. It's actually not that hard, but in my experience, I find that they will start using other things as toilets too. So in a lot of cases, one thing I've seen a lot is that they will go and they will pee in the sink because, sink's not that different from a toilet. Or you'll see them pee in things that you just wouldn't even think about. Now again, your mileage may vary. But yeah, cats are very trainable though. You have to know, I don't know. You have to know cats. Wendy Porter says, "Hi Andy, how did you train Porter not to bite? I have a 4-year-old Porter twin that it's scrolling by me now, that I recently adopted, and he always leads with his teeth." Training Porter not to bite. So, training him not to bite me is a lot different from training him not to bite other animals, for example. In Porter's... So I will say that I wouldn't tell you how to train a dog in terms of Porter unless they had issues like Porter did starting, right? If they were abused like Porter, like very seriously beaten by their previous owner, that kind of thing, you really have to train them a little differently than, he's getting mad at her. You have to train them a little differently. You can never be harsh in any way at all. And you can start raising your voice with them and stuff like that. But if your dog wasn't like that, whenever you hear me talk about training, you'll hear me say it's all depends on the dog. And the problem with just giving advice to someone without knowing their dog and stuff, it's hard for me to give you exact training advice. And it also depends on the context, right? Like, who are they biting? Are they biting you? Who they see as their leader? Are they biting, your husband when he's coming and sitting on the couch next to you? Are they biting other animals? It's hard. It's hard to give really targeted advice, which, by the way, is why that exactly right there is why so much of the dog training industry is BS. Imagine trying to actually give people targeted advice. It's really hard because there are so many factors, right? So then for your next, Porter's going under his blanket. Then for your next trick, try to create a dog training system that you can market to the general public. And you combine those two things together, and you come up with a lot of BS and a lot of like generic solutions that don't really work for a lot of cases, right? Sorry, 1 second. Throat's a little dry. So yeah, it's hard. Gypsy said, I'm pulling back the curtain, button truth. Oh, don't even, I could really go on forever about the buttons. Polydog said, I'm so used to hearing Chihuahuas being called rats as insults that I've rarely heard people calling Chihuahua as a rat as a nickname. The rat as an insult thing, it's like anything. A lot of... And do not assume my politics by me saying what I'm about to say. But these days, when someone says something that's offensive, people get very upset about it, like overly upset about it, as a reaction. Whereas when my reaction to things, a lot of the time anyway, is to just run with it. So if, in the case of Porter, our nasty commenters, they call him a rat and stuff all the time. Nasty rat, stuff like that. So I just run with them. Like, yeah, Porter's a rat, and we just make it a joke, right? You show you show them that they are insignificant to you. Porty dogs, can you sit? Porty can sure, poopa. So yeah, that's how I feel about the whole rat thing. I can't believe Porter went under his blanket. Oh, Porter. We should just do a live stream. Just watching Porter under his blanket. Porter? Well, Polydog is so chill. Polly is. She knows. She's so patient. Polly knows that when her pupa is trying to micromanage or multitask, I should say, she just has to wait and she'll get her treats every time. Have you seen Chase, the cat that hugs and gets spa treatments? No, I have not. My Lily, she attached to my son. She would always bite me. It was okay just to nip into her remaining teeth, which she did not like women at all. Yeah, and that's a big deal. That's a big thing. You'll see that more famous dog trainers will address that specifically. Victoria Stilwell has a ton of episodes about training on that particular scenario. But yeah. I just read. What did I just read? Scott says, hello, Andy. Great live stream. Can you please say hello to Porter? Southern gentleman from Scott. Porter? Scott wants to say hi to you, Porter. Well, I'm under my blanket right now, Scott. And, well, you know, I don't like to be bothered under my blanket. I know, Porter. Steven says, everybody smash that subscribe and like button. Anyone who watches my channels, you'll notice that I'm not very aggressive with all that kind of stuff. Hit that subscribe button now to watch more videos. If I do say anything about it, it has to be like a joke, you know, like, well, come on, y'all, hit the like button, y'all. A lot of that's just my personality. I don't like to beg. I don't like to beg anyone for anything, so it's not natural for me to say, if you can, remember to hit the like button, or hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's not what yeah. I also find it very annoying when YouTubers do that. I just roll my eyes and skip forward in the video when that happens. But having said that, hitting the like button does help. Hitting the subscribe button, it doesn't really do a whole lot. But it's better than not being subscribed. With the way YouTube works these days, if you subscribe to a channel, doesn't mean you're actually going to see that channel's videos. Look at this. Peaches is crazy. But do you believe this dog just lost like most of her teeth a couple weeks ago? All right, let's see here. Somebody, they get that soft and gummy stuck in their throat. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible. I'm not the kind of person who nerfs the world. If she did get something stuck in her throat, I have many decades of experience on how to remove things from animals' throats. So I tend to try to let animals live their lives and not restrict them as much as I possibly can. I'm not a nanny type dad. I let you make your mistakes, all that kind of stuff. Look at this. Oh, she's actually not snarling at me right now. Anna Perkins says, we have so many nicknames for all of our animals. None just have a single name. Yeah. All of our animals have a million names. Zevran Cat is Baby Boy. Oh God, he has a million names. I can't even. Of course, in a live stream, I can't think of them all. Do you have any tips to get good recall from a Chihuahua when they are outside? My Chi listens well inside, but not as well outside. I would probably have to cover that. That would probably take like 25 minutes. And I would have to do like a step-by-step. But it really depends on the Chihuahua too. For example, Polly, man, oh jeez. Porter's recall, his recall outside was like 100%. I could 100% recall him outside. Almost a year before hers because of her prey drive, right? And finally, I figured out. I just could not figure it out with her. And some dogs are like that. They're a mystery, right? You have to, or it's a science experiment, right? You have to figure it out. And I tried so many different things with her she had really good recall, but the moment she saw a squirrel, oh man, that was it. Nobody could break into that squirrel brain, but I figured it out. Whenever she didn't listen outside, first of all, I have if they don't take a recall, I have a word that I say, or a couple of words. I say, "You're not listening." But whenever she did that, I would pick her up, and not nicely, but very aggressively pick her up, and I would say, "You're not listening, Polly dog," and I would take her home, and I would put her on the ground, and we would just not walk, and of course we would walk in like 10 minutes from then. And if she did it again, we'd do it every single time. Pick her up, hold her in my arms. "You're not listening, Polly dog." And Polly Polly doesn't like that. And that's what eventually worked because, and you have to ask why, Polly just loves to go out. She loves to squirrel hunt. So she realized that was being taken away from her when she wasn't listening. And that was it. That was the trick. So yeah, I was really proud that actually worked. I was really happy. And that's how dog training goes. You just have to try different things. Human relationships, that's how it goes, right? We humans, if we're talking, if we have a friend, a girlfriend, or, whatever, spouse, coworker, and we have a certain way that we've been trying to do things and it's not working, you've got to try something else, because whatever you're doing is not working. And it might be something weird, but sometimes you have to try. Let's see. Oh, I'm like all over the place here. Sorry, I'm not. I'm way behind on these messages, but I will still reply to some here. I finally got Porter out of his blanket, so. Now, when Porter goes under the blanket, he's a heat-loving animal. It's just he's always been like that. If he's tired of Mae, he'll just bite her really hard on the cheek. He doesn't mess around with that. Porter is the most handsome rat I've ever seen. Well, he's a fancy rat. Thank you, Ellie of... I never know how to say your name. Exactly. Thank you for the $20. Pair character dancing under the rain of confetti and taking his hat off to say, "You are amazing." Thank you. Polydog says, "I get quite annoyed as well when YouTubers try to scare younger viewers into subscribers. Yeah, or when they manipulate them with giveaways and, all of the really sketchy things that they do. The truth is, subscriber counts are all but meaningless in 2023 as far as the YouTube algorithm goes. The only thing... So subscribing does just this. If you subscribe to someone, it gives you, the person who subscribed, a temporary boost. So if you subscribe to this channel today, you would get my channel would get a temporary algorithm boost to you, just to you, where it would try to show you a few of my videos. But the moment you don't watch a few videos from a channel, YouTube will start pushing your video less, or that channel's content less and less. So then, yeah, subscribing these days is like, it's not like back in the day where it actually mattered like a lot. Oh, Paul. Tracy said, "I'm not a helicopter parent." Nope. Not unless there's like aggression going on. Oops, I missed some. Let's see. Is not snarling because the bigger one is the most polite? I'm not sure what the context was there. When I see May, I think of Brinley biting her nose. I was so shocked to see that she got her whole nose in her mouth. I was like, should I even post this video? Because people who like dogs are gonna get mad at the child, and people who like children are gonna get mad at me for allowing the kid, allowing her to bite the dog. But the funny thing is, in our context, the way I train dogs is that, in a way, I am a dog, or I am a cat, or I am a bird, whatever. And I very much treat them, or I approach a lot of situations like where I'm trying to speak in their language or speak in their body language or, whatever. So when I see Brinley and she's getting in there and she's wrestling around with May like crazy and she gets mad at May. So when Porter gets mad at May, what does he do? He bites her. So Brinley, being a fine, upstanding member of Porter's pack, what does Brinley think to do in that situation? Brinley thinks to bite him. Now, of course, I don't want Brinley to bite May, for multiple reasons, but I did still think it was pretty hilarious. Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm a little long-winded today, so I'm missing a lot of these messages. What? Oh, this person T3283 is being being like a internet vet / care police type. So that's, of course, I have to get baited by that. They're talking about allowing Peaches to chew the thing she's chewing right now. I have experience, and out of anything, those choke them. I found nerf the world, but hey, you want to okay. They're basically saying, if you want your dog to choke, then fine, be it. Yeah, well, statistically speaking, it's quite rare that dogs are going to choke on things that are made for dogs to choke on, and especially if the human who is very experienced, and usually there's a veterinarian around and such, who can actually, she's eating the treats, who knows how to dislodge things from their throats. I would say she's under very little danger. So, yeah, she can chew on something. It's fine. Dogs chew on things. They like to chew on things. So, I mean, this isn't like a rawhide or something like that, where it's going to like get stuck into the lining of their gut or something, and you have to go do surgery to remove it. And yeah, speaking of experience, I've never seen a dog choke on something like that. So I'm not saying it's impossible. Everything's possible. A dog can chew on something and choke on it. Yeah, that is true of any item. But yeah, again, I don't nerf the world. I think people who do that kind of thing don't let their dog or their cat or their child grow or enjoy their lives. I really need some water. Okay, Peaches, I'm trying to keep this away from you. 1 second here. I need a water break. I have learned that, especially on YouTube, that people don't like to let their dogs just be dogs. And I find that very sad. You can find them rationalizing what they do. You know, it depends on what they're doing, but you can find them rationalizing it in any different way. The situations like that where, you know, oh, they could choke on it. It's like, yeah. There are so many like those like 0.2% occurrence things that happen where it's just like, just let your animal be a dog and be happy. And someone said they disagree, and that's fine. It's fine to disagree with me. But if you disagree with me, there's a good chance you'll hear why I think you're wrong, or why I think what you're saying isn't relevant to me. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you to be any way. I'm just saying if someone were to, let's say, call me out for something like that, I'm going to tell you, why they're wrong and go on a tangent about it. But that does not mean that I'm advocating for my personal philosophy or anything. That's just my personal philosophy. I'm like that with my daughter too. You know, I let her climb on things that are tall, stuff like that. And lots of people cringe when they see her climb on the cat tree or something. I'm like, yeah, but the thing is she's probably not going to fall, especially because I'm usually right there. And she's enriching herself by climbing cat trees. I mean, come on. Anyway, I will digress from this whole topic for the moment. Ella says, yep, an algorithm, that is how the algorithm works, but it's still good to have a lot of subscribers. I actually disagree on that one. So here's a scenario for you. Have you ever seen a channel with, let's say, 1 million subscribers, but then their videos, they get 500 views per video? That to me would feel worse than, if you just had 500 subscribers with 500 views. Now, of course, that is bound to happen because of the way subscribers work, in this current era. But yeah, you see what I mean? I've never really been one to care about the subscriber count because I know that they do nothing or they basically don't do a lot as far as helping your videos be pushed. Okay. When this is the last day with Peaches? Oh, so I think Peaches will be gone tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Peaches. Hi. I have to be careful about petting Peaches because she has all these ouchy spots. Yeah, and when you hear me talking about, if it's something that's a subjective thing, especially, or just this is my point of view, I'm not one to push too many. I'm not trying to be a guru here, right? I'm not trying to push any kind of agenda. And if I am pushing an agenda, I will tell you outright that I am. You should foster. I want you to foster. If I have any hidden agenda, it's to make you foster. I want you to foster dogs and cats. Pooty dog. Poopa. Peaches is making it very hard to record her. Hi, Peaches. So, the buttons, Maybear. Okay, let's. I always talk whenever I talk about the buttons. I'm like, if I was actually good at YouTube, I would do way more with these buttons, and I even put them out and just don't do anything with them. Okay, Maybear. Okay, Maybear. I'm gonna push you. Maybear. Should everyone hit the like button? All right. That's right. They should. Good girl, May. May knows. She's smart. She's a smart dog. May. We'll push you back. Okay, May. Can you read and comprehend the encyclopedia?
Yes.
See, there we go. May. She's a real smart dog. Oh, here. Let's have a little bit more fun. Let's pull out one of the other buttons. Let's see. Can I find it?
Itch.
Let's get some limited ad revenue here. Get some swearing.
Itch.
If you've ever seen the Pomsky channel. May, how do you feel about Polydog today? May, how do you feel about Polydog today?
Itch.
It's about how she typically feels. Oh, babe. Okay. You're a good girl. Okay, let's read some. Mara says, love this channel. It's getting me through some rough times right now. Well, thank you, and I'm glad we can be of some kind of service. Oh, May. You're cute, May. Alright, let's see. Don't need to cook dogs' food, cooking bones and introducing. Yeah. Okay, my chat is going out of. Oh, it's going all over the place right now. Deb said, I love your channels because I learned from them. I did laugh and really been. I wonder if my chat is really far behind now. I'm not sure. But yeah, so Marlene, sorry. Marlene, the few times that you've been in the live chats, I haven't noticed that you were there. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so we don't know them personally, but they adopted Casey, the poodle, our old foster. So, and they have sent us updates and stuff, so I'm really excited. With two of our fosters are going to one owner. Oh, potty dog. Destination Lyra says you need to run her outside right now. Who? I didn't see who you meant. Gail Powers, also, I'm not sure what you're referring to. I don't understand why you ridicule a legitimate research if you don't agree with it. Why not just ignore it? I'm not sure if you're addressing me in particular or someone else, because I haven't ridiculed any research that I know of today. Unless you're talking about the play button research, which, oh, okay. So Gail, let me ask you a question. If there were some studies that said smoking was not bad for your health, and in fact good for your health in some ways, would you find that to be weird? Now, if those studies were funded by the tobacco industry, would you find that to be even more weird? So here's the thing about those studies about buttons with, the dog button thing. The people who funded those studies were the people who make dog buttons. So that is why you should find that weird. Quite literally, they're the ones who fund the studies. So you always have to question their motives. Maze. But okay. But you have to but have you actually studied this? Because many disagree with you. Now, when you say this, we're speaking in kind of generalizations and vagaries right now. I would need you to ask more pointed questions. Because right now we're just talking about things that are vague concepts. We're not saying what I mean specifically or what you mean specifically. Like, what does does May know what a pillow is, or like contextualizing? Is she contextualizing items in a specific way or whatever? Your tobacco analogy was exactly how it was done when ciggies were so popular. Yeah, exactly, Anna, and that's that's why I brought that up, because we can find studies all in many industries across decades and decades that support things that we know are wrong, right? That are funded by the people who don't want you to think that whatever is the truth. The sugar industry, sugar in general is another big one. And how they try to blame everything on fat. And we had the low fat trend in the 80s and all that. Gail says, you have a right to your opinion, but ridicule bothers me. And you always have so kind and understanding. But so first of all, when it comes to things bothering you, honestly, as a human being, I'm a very unapologetic person. I apologize if I am not clear or I feel like I'm not making myself clear, but sometimes the way I say things sounds ridiculing, but it's just the way I'm phrasing it. Having said all that, I'm not even ridiculing anything, I'm just kind of laughing at it. And the point of even bringing it up is that I'm showing you how those YouTubers do the things that they're doing to make you think that those dogs understand those buttons in the way that they do it. I don't really want to debate it. So Gail says, I don't really want to debate it. I don't want to change your opinion. Okay, so you say that, but then you continue to do your. If you don't want to debate it, then why do you keep sending more messages? You know what I mean? Don't feed the troll. No, I don't really think that they're a troll. I just think that they're apparently sensitive about this topic for some reason. But I mean, I don't know. I like to talk to people about things, whether it's something I agree with or not. I like, and when I say I like it, I love it. I love philosophy, logic, debate. Ooh, debate. So yeah, and I've never believed that one way is the correct way for really anything. Okay, May, down. May, you get down now. May's letting her know. But yeah. No, and yeah, like I said, I don't think Gale is a troll. Trust me, I deal with many trolls. Many trolls. So I know who's a troll and who's just a person who disagrees. Oh, Porter. Polly is the boss? Yeah, did you see that? I wish that would have been a good place for to add some text in there. Polly just told her to sit down and shut up, basically. She's like, May, Porty is your boss, and Porty does not like that. Oh, Polly dog. Polly's hilarious. I just wish Polly would figure out what Porter has figured out and how to actually. So whenever you see Polly yelling at May, she's kind of ineffective at it. Whereas if Porter wants May to stop doing something, he will like actually bite her and she will stop. Polydog says, which is funny. The commenter Polydog says, Polly refuses to let anyone take her place. Let's hear from Porter. I love his voice. Okay, but my voice is really dry right now. For those of you who weren't here, we were just talking about how my wife and I are going to New Orleans, and Porter can't come with. Well, you're not going to New Orleans? Well, I want to go to New Orleans, damn. And, well, be with some of my friends. I know Porter. Oh, Porter. Oh, yeah. And, well, I get some of that Southern cheese. I don't know if it's Southern cheese. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it was Southern cheese is nothing to write home about. I have lived in the South, so. You want some Southern cheese? Porter. Oh, you're a good dog. Should we? We should switch more to Porter Cam for a while. Sometimes I apologize to those who want to just see purely Porter. I kind of go all over the place. I used to not do that. I used to always stick to Porter, but in old live streams. Destination Lyra. Take the shepherd out, please. I assume you're referring to the husky shepherd lab creature. She will be out quite soon. Oh, Portal. Well, you gonna take her out? You gonna take me out? May actually gets very specific, or she walks just with her, because obviously in our cold climate she has to, or the Chihuahuas can't really go very far, especially this one. Oh, Porter. Duh, he wants his beads. I want my beads. It's Mardi Gras, Porter. I think actually, probably was just Mardi Gras. I think Mardi Gras ends March 1st, if I remember correctly. Or around there. You got all those blonde dogs on the couch. You need Charlie Cat up there with them. He was here with us. Oh, he's over there. Charlie, you what? Mate? That's my best mate. Charlie loves you, and he wants you to watch Charlie Cat's channel, even though his daddy doesn't make videos about him. It's very true. I don't make a lot of Charlie videos. Ever since Svetlana passed away, the cat videos have been infrequent, or all of my videos have been infrequent, I suppose. And yeah, we're going to New Orleans, Marlene, without Porter for a week. So yeah, I actually never explained that. So to catch everyone up, in like 2 weeks, we're going to like a vet conference, a veterinarian conference. Veterinarians have to do these, my wife calls it CE, but they have to do like X amount of training every year for their license. And there are various ways that you can get it done. And one of the ways is by going to these conferences. And this conference lasts, 4 or 5 days. So that's where we're going to be going together. And it is in New Orleans. I don't know if I should say this, if somebody's going to come and stalk me. Just kidding. If you live in New Orleans, I will gladly say hi to you. Especially if you smoke cigars. Come to the cigar lounge with me, which is basically, it's definitely not going to be anyone in this chat. So yeah, we're going to have to leave, or my wife doesn't want Porter to come because she wants it just to be us two. So I have to leave Porter here with my in-laws. Polydog says, apologies for spamming, but how do you feel about litter training a Chihuahua? No, that's fine. I think it's a good idea if you want to spend the time to do that. Oh yeah, thank you. Continuing education. Ooh. That's what CE stands for. Yeah, so I forget how many hours they need every year for their license. Do you smoke cannabis? I mean, like every so often, yeah, but not really. It's not really my thing. Oh, Polo. It just makes me too sleepy. Everybody gets kind of a different reaction to any like drug that they do, and yeah, weed just makes me too tired. So I like cigars. It's just something. It's funny considering I was just talking about the tobacco industry. But cigars are something that I've always just been able to do casually. I mean, I haven't had one in a couple of months at this point. Not because I haven't tried to. I could have one. But it's just something I do it when it's nice out. So that's kind of my drug, I guess you could say. That and other things. Food, unfortunately. Far more addicting than cigars. But yeah, I also don't drink alcohol, at least not not frequently. Cause again, just never really been my thing. Having said that, I can drink it. May is digging in the couch. My Chihuahua rubs up on on, on me like a cat. Oh yeah, Porter does that. Especially if he wants me to take a sweater off, he rubs against me. So Marlene says, so we'll be giving Brinley a baby sibling soon. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. we planned on having 2 kids originally. And then like 4 months in, we realized that we like to sleep. So we decided 1 kid. It has its own challenges though. Like there are a lot of times where we go out, like we just went to a swimming pool yesterday, right? And you realize that it would be nice if she had someone there to play with, right? But I don't know, having a second kid just to fill that slot, you know what I mean? Andy, that is so sad. Oh, the dogs have to stay so we can have our alone time. Yeah, my wife literally said, because I was trying to sweet talk her into letting Porter go with. I was like, how am I supposed to survive without Porter? And she was like, well, I guess you're just going to have to spend time with your wife. I was like, oh, geez, if you're going to put it like that. Porter was like, what do you mean? What do you mean, mama? Well, my dad needs his dog. Well, I'm his best friend forever. Oh, Porter. It was great. Oh, man. It was a compelling argument. Marlene says, I'm an only child and I'm not messed up at all. I actually, we all kind of collectively believe in the whole, like, only child thing. But did you know, fun fact, that the only child, I guess you could call it myth, stems from, olden days when, people lived, like, way more people lived outside of cities. Where if they were an actual only child, that meant that they really never properly socialized with enough people, because again, they lived out in the country. So, but yeah, I don't think it actually has any real basis in our current times, though. It's fun to say though. We make jokes about it all the time. You put a big picture of Porter on the hotel room desk when you get there. Well, you better set the background of your phone to me, and well, you better call me every day. I'm gonna have to like do video calls with them. Andrea said, I had my kids 7 years apart. It would have been better closer together. Agreed. Yeah. No, if you're gonna do it, I feel like just back to back would be the right way, right? Just so that they have each other, they have friends like that. But in our case, we're gonna stick to the I was gonna say one child policy, and then I realized that that's China, and that we're not China. We're gonna stick to the one child thing, and yeah, because with one child, we have a child that can benefit from everything. We can spoil her, but not spoil her in the wrong ways, right? That we can give her we can nurture her, right? Oh, Pod. And we also still have time for animals, right? Like helping animals, and hopefully we have time for ourselves. Oh, Poe. Times are tough all over, and wives need to be encouraged. Yeah. Well, ever since my daughter was born, we have to remember to spend that time together, right? Usually it's on Fridays because she doesn't work Friday usually. Uh, so we just try to do our best to, or sorry, yeah. So Brinley's at school Friday, and I'm only working part time on Friday. So we try to find things to do together, have our alone time, because it's hard once you have a kid. Or once those kids are older, it's easier, I would imagine. But your wife would die laughing, I think. Porter, a huge Porter. Oh, Porter. Oh, man. She also wouldn't be surprised if I brought a Porter picture with us. Anna Perkins says, you can easily be alone in a crowd, so being an only child, as I was by the choice of adoption, is no big deal, but more to go around the one. I'd, I'd have still liked a big brother specifically, though. I think, I mean, it's like anything. Your experiences may vary. One thing, so I have a younger sister, and my younger sister and I, let's just say we hated each other for a very long time. Now, the problem in our case was that had a very toxic mother who pitted us against each other quite often. So we didn't really understand that until we were teenagers. And so, yeah, I was about 16, we really hated each other, and it was horrible. But I hit 16, around that age, my sister and I became best friends because we started to understand that my mom was just, a crazy, messed up person. And now we've been really close ever since that point in our lives. So yeah, it can have, it can be great to have a sibling. And when I think about, when my wife and I pass away, and Brindley won't have anybody to, she won't have a sibling to say, hey, I miss mom and dad. So there's that side of it. Barbara says, what about the videos, cats and dogs using cell phones? Wait, what? I must have missed those videos. Are cats and dogs using cell phones now? Porter's on there. Porter's on there on like the dating app for Chihuahuas. Can you imagine Porter's dating profile? Well, likes cheese and chicken. Oh, Porter. I'll have to make a video about that someday, like a little skit video about Porter's his dating profile. I'm not used to seeing his. So Timothy says, I'm not used to seeing his tongue stick out. Did he recently have some teeth pulled? He had some teeth pulled about a year and a half ago, and it just took some time. It eventually, or if I can show you, it eventually just kind of drifts. It doesn't happen instantly. But see right there, it's kind of missing those teeth. When you pull the teeth, eventually it just kind of drifts out like that. I think it's like most dogs who have those teeth pulled tends to happen to them. Oh, Porter. Deb says, we had one boy, but we're the go-to house. Loads of children under this roof, dogs and cats too. That's awesome. I don't know. That's a really, that makes me very happy to hear. I know exactly the kind of people you are as far as doing that, and yeah, just know that you are very appreciated, and I personally am very glad that people like you are around. Because a lot of people out there who, if they didn't have that house where the people with all the extra kids in their life, they wouldn't be who they are, you know? Does Porter get stressed out when you leave him? I don't. In short term, he does get upset. But when my daughter was born, I had to leave him, so he was fine. But he also spent time with someone he knew, and who's like sat and paid attention to him the whole time. I mean, he'll be fine. He's not going to lose his mind or anything, but. Marlene says, remember, I'm your YouTube mom if you need me. Thanks. Is there such a thing as a tooth implant for dogs? I don't know. Probably. Probably not something we would do unless it was like reasonably affordable, though. Believe it or not, we're not rich by any standards. I come from a very, very poor family. And while I make okay money and my wife makes okay money, we're not rich. So no tooth implants. Porter's gonna get like a full grill. Oh, Porter. But it's so endearing and precious to see that little tongue. I know. I think before Porter, I always thought it was just, I'd be like, oh, look at that dog's tongue hanging out. But when it's Porter, I think it's pretty adorable. What? 2% said, Porter's like, Dad, don't show my gums. Wait, I know Porter, I have to show only his good side. Ooh, I got a cough. Ooh. My throat is really dry right now. Oh, Porter. Timothy Shanks says, with only children or not many children, family reunions are pretty much non-existent now. My mom had scores of cousins, while my brothers and I don't have any. Yeah. It's just, we all have so many different experiences when it comes to that. Like, my family reunions, for example, are horrible because, what's left of my family, because most of what's left of my family are just, like, really bad alcoholics and stuff like that, drug addicts. So I wouldn't want to spend time with them. Happy Cat says, do you work outside YouTube? I'm surprised more people don't ask me that. Yes. I work in the cybersecurity industry. I have been for 7-8 years. And it's not like something I really, I don't love it, but I make good money doing it. Or good money for me. But these days I only work part-time. Mostly because where we live, there are no jobs here that I really like. Okay, Polly. Polly. They think Mama's home. Anna says tooth and play. Oh, okay, probably can't hear me. I think either my wife is home or they think my wife is home. Oh, yep, she is home. Okay. So my wife and Brinley are home. Like I guess we can say hi to Brinley. And then we'll have to. After that, we'll wrap things up. We're live streaming right now, by the way. Hi. Hi, Nannies. It's just like, why do you have your camera out right now? Holy dog. Yeah, here's the Polly. Wait, where'd Polly go? The Polly. What do I have on? Yeah, I have different pants. Oh, I have different socks on. Nope, don't hit that other one. Oh, Brendan found the. Okay, yeah, let's not hit that button. Brendan's gonna get in trouble at school. Not that button. So Turbo Master said, Turbo Master. How does that name seem familiar to me? You know why Porter was abused in the first place? I can't believe that anyone could hurt such a cute little fellow. No, I don't know the specifics of why. I just know that he had two owners, and yeah, apparently according to their neighbor, both of them were seen many times, like hitting him, kicking him, choking him, shaking him, all that kind of stuff. Oh, you guys. Oh, we love coming home time. This is why I chose this time slot today, by the way, so that we could see coming home time with Brinley. Kathleen says, I don't like to hear what happened to Porter before he came to you. It hurts my heart. Yeah. And you'll notice that I don't talk about it very often. You know, when was the last time we even made a video about it, right? But it is an important part of his story, and I guess I probably should talk about it more, just to, always just spread awareness of those situations. And yeah, it's something I'm with animals, with children, with elder abuse. Something I'm very, very passionate about. Severing cat right now, by the way. He's on my shoulder. That is absolutely horrible to do such a sweet animal. Yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine what this poor guy dealt with. Oh, Brendan found the treats. And especially for him to be the way he was for so long, like he was such a broken dog for a very long time. In my experience, training, rehabbing abused animals, it took him way longer than normal to get him to a decent level. So that must mean, or to me, that means, you know, the abuse was very systematic and just long-term, right? Or severe. Okay, bro, okay, yeah. Oh, see, this is what happens when I don't pay attention to what Brinley's doing. Brinley, okay, yeah, that's kind of, there might be a few too many treats there, Brinley. I hope somebody peed on the pee pads. I didn't notice. Zevran, can you? Zevran cat is on my shoulder. Hold on, Zevran cat. Ouch. Our other cat right here. That makes me wonder about all of the animals that don't get help. Yeah, exactly. And how many of them just live in some psycho's house, right? Or, to put it put it a certain way. Hi, Brinley. All right. Well, I suppose I have to pay attention to my daughter here so she doesn't fall off her cat tree. So I need to put down that phone. This is the longest stream I've ever done, almost 2 hours. Thank you all for joining me today. Always glad to sit and chat. Oh, Brinley. You're silly. Should we just do a Brinley live stream? Or just follow Brinley along? Anyway, yeah, if you have any feedback, you want me to do more Porter-centered streams or something, let me know. I enjoy doing these kinds of streams, though. I can just sit, talk, and do what I normally do in my life. All right. Take care, everyone. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I literally, this is the first time I wore these socks today. They're like these copper sole socks. And she noticed already. She's quite observant. Take care, everyone.